They won't even realize why they're still thinking about you, but they will, constantly. Your presence will echo in their minds, not because of what you said, but because of what you didn't. They'll scan your words, obsess over your silences, and feel your absence more vividly than most people's presence. Machiavelli didn't coin the term obsession, but he practiced it. He wrote of love and fear as tools of power, but obsession is their master. It's not just about desire, it's about psychological dominion. When someone is obsessed with you, their will bends around your presence. They wake up haunted by your image. They reshape their tone, their choices, their entire aura, subtly sculpted by your influence. This isn't magic, it's architecture. You can build this kind of psychological gravity, just as Machiavelli influenced kings and rulers, and the foundation is scarcity. Obsession doesn't come from abundance, it's born from strategic absence. You don't seduce through constant attention. You seduce through precision. Flooding someone with affection creates familiarity. And familiarity is the enemy of obsession. Obsession needs tension, emotional hunger, not emotional fulfillment. So starve them of certainty. Let them wonder where they stand. Let them guess whether your last glance meant admiration or calculation. Obsession is ignited when someone cannot categorize you, when your emotions are a riddle, when your gestures walk the tightrope between warmth and indifference, a glance that lingers too long, a reply that comes too late, a compliment that might be sarcasm or sincerity. The brain hates ambiguity. It loops endlessly to resolve it. You become that loop, that riddle, that emotional cliffhanger they can't stop rereading. Start conversations that hint at something deeper, then leave them unfinished. Speak with half-truths, poetic suggestions. Let them wonder if your silence means distance or strategy. This isn't manipulation, this is mystery. Mystery creates magnetism. It creates a vacuum their mind can't help but fill. Once you've stirred the waters with unpredictability, it's time to mirror, but with restraint. Machiavelli practiced selective reflection. Show them fragments of what they long for. Offer glimpses into your ambition, vulnerability, or charm. But never all at once, never in full. They want to see fire in your eyes. Show a flicker, then look away. They crave emotional depth. Drop one story, then move to silence. Keep them in a state of near understanding. The mind doesn't obsess over clarity. It obsesses over contradiction. True mirroring is not about parroting words or mimicking gestures. It's about reflecting their inner world in a slightly distorted way. Say what they've always felt, but never expressed. Echo their pain, but never solve it. Misquote them just enough to keep them correcting you. Coming closer, trying harder. They'll feel misunderstood, but almost understood. That almost keeps them trapped. Now that they're intrigued, confused, maybe even frustrated, you begin to condition them. This is where power blooms. Use intermittent reinforcement. Give praise, then pull it away. Show interest, then cool off. Reply with depth one day and vanish the next. Their brain, now primed for reward, will become addicted to chasing your approval. You've hijacked the dopamine loop. They aren't seeking love. They're addicted to hope, and hope, Machiavelli knew, when leveraged carefully, enslaves deeper than fear ever could. Introduce rhythm into your unpredictability. 3 messages of warmth, 2 days of silence, a compliment followed by playful distance. Soon they're refreshing messages, checking for clues in your tone. They begin living in anticipation. They become emotionally dehydrated, and you become the only source of water. But obsession isn't planted in the mind. It takes root in emotional wounds. Most people walk around with silent scars, insecurity, rejection, abandonment. You don't cause these wounds. You find them, and then you do what no one else does. You see them. You validate their pain without rescuing. You notice what others ignore, and slowly you become their emotional salve. Not a person, but a remedy. You don't just make them feel good, you make them feel understood. And once someone believes only you can do that, they won't just want you, they'll need you. Give them a new identity through you. Say things like, "You're not like everyone else," or "You see through things most people miss." Now being with you becomes tied to their sense of uniqueness. To lose you would mean losing that upgraded version of themselves. The key is never to demand their obsession. That kills it. Obsession must be provoked, unearned, unspoken. Machiavelli never begged for loyalty. He designed environments where loyalty was the only logical outcome. You do the same. Let your distance sting sharper than your touch. Let your unpredictability spark curiosity and fear. You must never offer closure. Closure ends stories. And obsession is just a story that refuses to end. Create contradictions. Be warm, then be unreadable. Be intense, then playful. One day a confidant, the next a stranger. Make them chase a stable version of you that doesn't exist. They'll try to decode you, believing the real you is hidden beneath the complexity. But you're not hiding, you're shifting. Machiavelli mastered this illusion. He gave people enough to chase, but never enough to catch. The strongest form of control isn't physical, it's temporal. You control when you appear, and more importantly, when you vanish. Timing is everything. Start a conversation that stirs their soul, then vanish. Send a sentence that makes them feel seen, then go silent for half a day. Exit when the moment peaks. Obsession needs unresolved tension, and timing creates the illusion of scarcity. You don't need to be always present. You need to be strategically absent. Let them feel the weight of your disappearance. Let your absence scream louder than your presence. Obsession grows in that echo chamber. It feeds on imagination, on memory, on the feeling of what could have been. Rarity is the currency of obsession. If you want to be unforgettable, be rare. Machiavelli knew what was scarce was revered. So make your time feel expensive, your approval feel holy, your words unpredictable. Every moment with you must feel earned, not given. They shouldn't crave you. They should crave being chosen by you. That's where obsession starts. Not with affection, but with access. You build obsession not by embracing, but by withdrawing. The moment someone feels they have you, disappear. Confuse, don't insult. Make them wonder if you changed, or if they did. Your retreat should never provoke hatred, only reflection. Self-doubt. Did they say too much? Did they break something delicate? Obsession deepens when absence feels like punishment, but without clarity. You leave fingerprints in their psyche, not just memories, but anchors. A gesture only you use, a phrase they start hearing everywhere, a way of speaking that burrows into their internal dialogue. These become your ghosts, haunting their daily life. They stop comparing others to you. They start hearing your silence louder than noise. Obsession peaks when identity merges. You are no longer someone they know. You are who they are around. You become a mirror for the version of themselves they admire most. And once that connection is made, losing you feels like losing part of themselves. Give them roles, assign them emotional titles. You're the only one I talk to like this. Now they're emotionally invested in a character within your world, and they'll fight not to be recast. Every powerful figure had signatures, a phrase, a scent, a presence. You create your own. A tone only you use when serious. A specific way you exit a conversation. A smile that comes only after silence. These elements become rituals. Their absence becomes unsettling. Now, even when you're gone, your presence lingers. Machiavelli once said, "Men must be either caressed or crushed." But the deepest loyalty comes not from affection or threat. It comes from trust. When they tell you secrets, don't react. Just absorb. No judgment, no pity, just presence. You become their vault, and vaults are not forgotten. Secrets bind more than love. Because love fades, secrets stay hidden until the person they trust is gone. Control isn't about action, it's about perception. Remind them of things differently. Change their memory through poetic suggestion. Remember the look in your eyes that night. Everything changed for me. Even if it didn't happen that way, the brain rewires itself to believe what emotion confirms. Machiavelli rewrote narratives. You must do the same. Suggest memories, romanticize them, anchor emotions to them. Then disappear. You become a shared mythology, a what if, a question with no answer. Describe imagined futures, drop hints of places you'll never visit together. Paint scenes, then vanish, never clarify if it was fantasy or plan. That uncertainty becomes a hook, a cliffhanger they replay every time real life feels hollow. To seal obsession, you must introduce fear, a quiet fear, a gentle panic. Not that you'll leave, but that they'll be the reason you do. Say things like, "Most people ruin what could be good," or "It's rare that someone gets it like you do." You're not threatening, you're hinting at fragility. Now they tiptoe around the possibility of losing you. Once you've sculpted emotion, shape behavior. Let your approval be earned, never given freely. Don't reward affection, reward alignment. If they echo your beliefs, show warmth. If they hesitate, retreat. They begin to mold themselves around your values, not out of fear, but admiration. You don't explain your standards, you embody them. Over time, they start to self-correct. They notice what pleases you. They shift to keep you close. That's how invisible laws are born, not through command, but through influence. And now you've done it. They no longer obsess over you. They obsess over who they are with you. and who they fear becoming without you. Obsession, once embedded in identity and ideology, can outlast even your presence. They'll keep your ghost alive long after you've gone silent, because you weren't just a person. You were a mirror, a maze, a mythology, and they'll wander that maze forever because you never gave them a map. Thanks for watching. If you found value in today's video, do consider subscribing for more thought-provoking content. Your curiosity keeps this channel alive, and your questions shape where we go next. Leave a comment below with your thoughts, disagreements, or insights. I'd love to hear how you interpret the concepts we've discussed. Until next time, think deeply and never stop questioning.